Hey, good morning, everyone. Hope everyone's doing okay, having a good week, and trying to avoid everything that's going around, the sicknesses and things. So let's be much in prayer for those that are sick. I know there's a lot of people battling flu and colds and things like that, and kind of comes with, I guess, the winter weather. But let's lift up all those that's sick and not feeling well. But I want to talk on for just a few minutes this morning on Brother TJ's message on Sunday. He's been preaching out of Job for quite some time, and was out of Job again, I think chapter 14, verse 5. But he entitled his message, Time Matters. The clock is ticking. So I took the third point. That's what spoke to me the most, and I just kind of condensed it a little bit, that time is appointed, so be intentional. And the scripture that he used for that was Hebrews 9:27. It says, and as it is appointed unto man or men once to die, but after this judgment. And so when we look at that, time is appointed. If it's appointed once for men to die, then in theory and in reality as well, then it would also be appointed once for us to live, as far as in this earthly phase. We're going to be born twice. Hopefully that we've been, born, and then we'll be born and then have been born again. But the fact is that it's also appointed that there'll be a time in which we are going to die. And so while we're living, we need to be intentional with the life that we've been given. Because just as we said, we are now, if you're under the sound of my voice and hearing this video, then we're in that dash. You go to graveyards and look at tombstones, and it'll have a beginning date, it'll have an end date, and there's a dash in the middle. So, if you're hearing this, we're in that dash. We're alive. God's given us a life. And so therefore there's things to do. And Colossians 3:23 and 24 says, and whatsoever ye do, do it heartily as to the Lord, and not unto men, knowing that the Lord, that of the Lord, ye shall receive the reward of the inheritance, for ye serve Christ the Lord. And so, as we just said, it's appointed for us to live, and it's appointed to us to die. And we know that death is coming, and we know that judgment is coming as well. And because there's a judgment coming, it's a stern advice for us here, a command to do whatever we do it heartily unto the Lord. And we was talking last night in our Wednesday night Bible study on the figs, and I thought that, wow, how it ties into what we're talking about here now, that, that Jesus went to the fig, and it had the appearance of being a good, healthy, strong tree, but it wasn't bearing fruit, and was cursed and ended up dying from the root the next day. And so I see that when I see it, do it heartily as to the Lord. Why? Because same as this next slide says, I must work the works of him that sent me while it is day. The night cometh when no man can work. And that's not necessarily just a time management of working in the day because it's going to get dark, but we as Christians living in this world today have the opportunity to work and to serve the Lord. And we need to be doing that, because there's, the Lord is coming. He's going to return, as his word says he will. And it's going to be too late at that point in time. And so my word for you this morning, or the Lord's word for you this morning, actually, is to encourage you, serve heartily as unto the Lord. We can, we all busy, very busy. One thing that we can't manufacture more of is time. It's, I won't say it's fading. Time's the same as it was when, God first created and spoke time into existence. But as Pastor said on Sunday, God's not bound by time. But we're, a vapor, as some of the other guys have shared this past week in their devotion. Life is a vapor. We're here for a short period of time, and then it's over. And so, not to be a gloom and doom, because we know then we're going to graduate. We'll leave here and we get to go home. But while we're here, there's work to be done. While we're here, there's souls that still need to hear of the goodness of God. While we're here, there's still people who are in darkness, who are searching, and they need the love of Christ. And so let's share that. Let's allow God to continue to use us and work and be the light that he created us to be for him, lights of this world, so that they'll see our works and glorify our Father, which is in heaven. So encouragement to you today is work while it's still day, and keep on keeping on. Love you guys. See you soon.